Shall we start?
We can start, yeah.
Let's begin.
Yes. So the first reason you might want to sell your rental property is that being a landlord has become more trouble than it's worth. These are the horror stories.
There's a personality type that does better, I think, with it. You need to be patient.
You need to
know yourself. Are you the kind of person that's just going to freak out if rent's a little late?
Yep.
Or if you're going to have to go fix things in the middle, or send somebody to go fix things in the middle of the night?
Yes, and that was one of the points, is that, it's not, if your hot water heater breaks or you have a fire or something, it's going to happen before. It's not going to happen during business hours.
No.
Necessarily. So.
And I've seen some landlords, because we work with a lot of investors. Some of them, they do very well with all this. They can manage the properties themselves, no problem. And then I've got others that they just freak out about every little thing. They're worried that their property is going to get destroyed. They're very nervous about it. So
and if the stress is not equal to the revenue, it might be time to say goodbye.
Maybe let the property go or hire a property management company.
Yes.
But then,
your
numbers may not work out.
Yes. Then you have the second reason, your property may have increased in value. It's worth more now than when you bought it.
So looking at it as an
investment, you want to make money.
Yes. So what happens at times, so you've had a property for a long time and you've got so much equity in it, it would actually make sense to sell that property and maybe buy 2 or 3 other ones.
Yes.
Just to keep growing the portfolio.
Yes.
So there's other things you got to look at. All right. So I've got all this cash in it. Am I better served investing it elsewhere or leaving it there?
Yeah.
So especially now with the
huge increase in pricing, it might be a good time to cash out and buy something else.
Yeah, do something different with the equity.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You're no longer seeing a positive cash flow.
So what could cause the cash flow to go down, Miss Martha?
Well, cost of taxes, utilities go up, insurance goes up, the market might have dropped for rental rates.
You may have bought a property that needed a lot more repairs than you had thought, and you're getting destroyed on plumbing and just those kind of costs like that.
Yeah, and it can really affect it.
Or you found out that you don't like being a landlord and you hired a property management company and they're charging you 10% and now you're not cash flowing either.
Yeah.
That might be a reason your cash flow.
Yeah, and you might want to move on. Okay, number 4, you're just ready to move. Are you thinking about moving out of the area? Do you have rental properties in a city that you don't live in? And it's more trouble to pay a property manager, and it's hard to be a long distance landlord. You may just want to sell it.
And again, I've seen some people, we've got clients that got 20 properties here and they live in California.
And they're okay with that.
But she does it full time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of her job now.
But if you have decided to relocate and
maybe
you have properties here and you don't want to hire a property manager, or maybe your cash flow is not good enough to hire a property manager.
Wasn't it Dave Ramsey that would say that? Don't be a long distance landlord.
Yeah,
I think
hard.
It was him.
It's difficult.
It costs you. It ends up costing more. But then you got other people. Grant Cardone, he's got investment.
Or if you're making money somewhere else and you don't need that income, or maybe you want to use that for your new venture.
Absolutely.
Then go for it.
We kind of mentioned that already. If your maintenance is getting high.
Yes.
So I've got a client now. He's got a great property. The cash flow is good, but his maintenance, because the property is just a little bit older. His maintenance is a lot higher on that one than the other ones in his portfolio.
So are you better to drop it than replace the HVAC system?
That's what we're talking about. Yeah. So he's really considering selling that property and actually buying something a little, maybe if it's not cash flowing as well, but it's newer.
It doesn't need as much work.
Right. So overall, he'll, maybe the rents are a little not as good or better.
But if you don't have to make all those improvements, you're saving money.
I agreed.
Yes. So that you can read the writing on the wall. So it's a seller's market right now.
What goes up must come down.
Yes. And, the market's up right now. And if you foresee that if you don't sell it now, it's going to go back down, you might want to just let it go, like Kenny Rogers said.
Time to fold it.
Fold them.
Okay, so it's not even just the value of the real estate itself, the property. What's rental property? What's rental value is going to do?
They will fluctuate.
And then the other thing that we've got this whole forbearance thing. We've got this whole economy thing that we're going to have to deal with. Are we concerned that, okay, maybe that next renter is going to not have as good a job? Is it going to be harder for them to pay rent?
Or are
What's
they
the-
currently furloughed or unemployed and they maybe can't make rent again?
So what's the quality of the renter going to look like?
Yeah, it's going to change.
It might. I don't know,
It could change.
but we know what things are right now.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
We know things are going to be different in a year.
Yep.
We don't know which way yet.
Nope. Don't know.
I think it'll be okay.
Yeah.
However, I don't know.
So, yes, our Kenny Rogers quote.
Oh, you put that in there.
I did put that in there.
You want to sing that so bad.
I do.
Don't, Martha, don't do it.
I won't do it.
Don't do it.
Well,
I told you,
wait.
don't do it. So you bought the property,
Yeah.
and now you need it for,
To pay college or debt, or maybe you have medical bills or whatever. Like we talked about last week, this is an investment for you. If you wanted to pay cash for college, you can sell your rental property.
yes.
If you bought it when your kid was 2 and now it's paid off and you want the cash.
And I
now's
would
a good
even
time
look,
to
I would
sell.
look even if you got a kid or if you're going to need the money within a couple years.
Yep.
I wouldn't even say just immediately.
Right, because it
I'd
might
say-
take a little longer.
Because the other thing that we have in this market right now, not only is pricing up, you sell the house quickly.
Yeah,
That's another thing that you should consider, right? If you're thinking about
Mhm.
selling it.
because if you wait another year, it might take longer to sell.
Exactly. And if you're making payments on it
Mhm.
every month, costs you money.
So maybe you need the money next fall. You put it in an account where it's drawing some minimal interest, but at least it's protected.
Something.
Yeah.
You've identified a better investment opportunity.
Yes, this happens.
It happens a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a better piece of property, or maybe it's something closer to where you are right now,
Or maybe it's something completely different. Maybe you're going to start another business altogether
like RV rentals.
or something. Yeah. You inherited your property and you didn't intend to rent it out.
We've had that as well.
Mm-hmm.
We've actually, all of these that we're talking about, we've had actual cases
So if
with
someone
people.
inherits a property and they don't live near it, or they just don't want to deal with it, maybe it was rented at the time, or they did that during probate for some reason, they can get rid of that now.
Absolutely. I like that. This is my favorite.
Accidental landlord?
The accidental landlord. In 2007, 2008, house pricing was at a peak.
Mm-hmm.
The market crashed. People had to leave
Yes.
to find work. They couldn't sell the house. So a lot of them kept it as a rental property.
Mm-hmm.
So this rental property never really cash flowed well,
No, maybe covered the payment.
and they never really wanted to be landlords.
Yeah.
This has been the majority of the properties that we've sold have been of this nature.
Yeah.
Where they just held it and they're like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah.
Is it a good time to sell? Yes.
It's a great
a
time.
good time. So that one, anybody who is in that situation, it's recovered. This is, we
Yes,
are
you are
above
back,
or near. It's funny because I thought we're above 07 prices.
but we're near it
And in some neighborhoods, we're like
right there.
right there, which is
Yeah.
kind of interesting to see.
Which I've noticed because we rented a house when we first moved here, and one of those is currently for sale. Because
Oh,
that's how we got that house. It was they
is.
turned it into a rental because they couldn't sell it, and I think now they're like, oh, it's recovered. Let's try and sell it.
Exactly. So accidental landlords.
Yes.
So anybody out there, if you know anybody who's got a property that they've complained about, share this with them.
or it's
tag 'em.
sitting vacant because they were renting it out, maybe lost their renter. Send this to them.
Because this is the time. This is the
It's
opportunity.
Super much the time.
And what we're going to do, Martha, did I tell you?
No.
We got a special.
You have a landlord special?
We got a special offer for landlords.
Oh,
So direct message us,
yeah. Special offer for landlords.
special offer. Or you could text us. We got our phone number in there, I believe. But
Yeah,
I hope this
definitely.
was helpful. We love rental property when it's done right. And what we've seen a lot is a lot of people end up becoming landlords and they didn't buy the property deliberately to be a landlord.
Right.
Because there's some things you don't want to do. You don't want to have a great big yard that needs a ton of landscaping and watering if it's a rental, because that yard is just going to die. They're not going
Right.
to spend the extra money on it. But when you bought your own house to live in, that's what you wanted.
Yes.
So it may not translate well to a rental property.
Mhm.
Okay. So it's just anybody tag them.
Yes, and
And we'll help you
we
evaluate
can
it.
help you reevaluate your choices.
And a special offer.
Special offer.
Is it going to be you singing Kenny Rogers, No One to Hold Him?
No.
Is that the special? That would be special though.
Yeah, I don't think people would call us just for that.
Yeah, I don't know. Have they heard you sing yet?
They haven't heard me sing Kenny Rogers, no.
All right, guys. We will see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
And I think tomorrow we're going to do some tips on
some schooling tips.
some schooling tips.
Back to
we're
school tips.
We're all dealing with it
Yes.
together. Kind of similar. We're all having to do
Yeah.
some virtual
Yeah.
something right now. So
Yeah.
little tips on that. All right. I'll talk to you guys later.
Have a great day.